I ran up a check, I might do it again. Enemies close, had me thinking they're friends. 10 toes down, I'll be free until the end. Crib outside the city, I don't feel safe in my hands. Took so many years, I'm just waiting for the wins. I'm in debt to no one but the one who took my sins. I do it for real, there's no reason to pretend. If I do it once, I do it again. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. I do roll like a Mack truck. Country heart, I might cop a farm and go act up. Lot of scars, I was cold-hearted, now I'm backed up. Keep it real, I do this once a month, I don't rap much. I just take the money and go stack up. Only buying car to get tatted up. All that other bull, it don't matter much. You only climb me, I put the ladders up. No fault, I done doubled up on the workload. I think I fell in love with the bankroll. Pray up, get money, then we lay low. Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up, bankroll, euro, peso, add it up. I'm just doing me, everything is on me. Oh, you matter what? Add it up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Told her if it's all me, everything is on me. Gon' back it up. Matter what? Told you I'ma do me. Why you hating on me? It's not adding up. Switch that V6 for the EV, ride around my city. You should come ride with me, yeah. Feel me if you hear me sip water like a fish, sip out water to the gillies, yeah. This a new wave, this a takeover. Do it for the future, time to get a world a makeover. Time never stops, no the timing is not. Time to clean up the block. Streets been a mess, how can I breathe? Smoke in the air, pure gasoline. I see the news, see what you read. Change gotta come, put that on me and watch me educate. Yeah, we been could've started, but it's never late. Do it for my kids, yeah, let's set it straight. Do it for your kids, gotta set it straight. It's time to regulate, we need change now. We need solar, we need EV in the game now. Make it changes so the earth we know can stay around. Make it change cause we had no time for playing around. Let's quit the playing around. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, work as a team. First rule to me, let's keep it clean. Watch how we build, clean air we need. Start from the flow, sweep up the scene. We going green, we going green. New car goes zoom, but it's quiet. You can hear me come and think I'm lying. If I said I'm perfect, I'd be lying. I can't say I'm perfect, but I'm trying. I'ma give my all till I'm dying. I'm the new Captain Planet, here to make changes, not damn.
Oh, we're finally doing this, are we? Because I was going to make a sandwich.
You know what I want to say about that group of people? No, nothing. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to another next podcast. And guys, I don't know if you can hear it, but I have a huge, huge smile on my face. It's been 6 years in the making. I have been waiting for another motorsport, and I know officially it's not the official release. It's the early access, but man, I have gone in since last night, hardcore, nothing but Forza, and oh man, I can't wait to talk about it. But guys, we gotta do intros. We gotta let you know who is here tonight, and let me start with the OG. This man is going to tell you about his 3 monitors and how he is playing Forza Motorsport on PC. It is Sir X-Man. Sir X-Man, what is up, man?
No, I'm just planning on console because I'm packing up a lot of my equipment. So for Forza, but I'm loving it. Once I get everything reassembled.
You come in here to try to just make me wrong all the time. Like, dude, the bet on you talking about that game on PC, that was like a 90% I'm going to win that, and then you just flipped it on me. You just want to make me wrong, sir. But, dude, I'm happy you're here. Man, we're going to be talking about racing. We're going to be talking about multiplayer games. We're going to be talking about Naughty Dog. We got a lot to talk about, man. So let me let you take a seat real quick. We're going to go to the next person, and he's coming from the Lone Star State, and best believe he is playing Forza Motorsport right now. Of course it is Predator. Predator, what's up, man?
Nothing, man. I paused it. I didn't want to race. It's like, I'll talk through the race. So I'm like, get that turn. Come on, let's go. Like, so I turned it off. So I'm not playing right now.
Start swearing at the get the fuck out of my way.
Yeah.
I already screamed at a few people today. So, but yeah. Nah, man, it's gonna be a good show. I can't wait to talk about Forza, but we got a couple other things. Big news. Hashtag concern might be going on, man. But let me introduce the next person on the list. We are going all the way to the West Coast. I don't know if he got into party animals or not, but I will let him know that there is a angry otter as a character. He's got straight Viking gear with the helmet, with the horns and everything like that. Bro, if you haven't done it yet, you gotta try Party Animals. But it is the Angry Otter himself, Dark Optimus. Dark, what's going on, bro?
Not much, man. I actually did play Party Animals. Been playing it with my nephew. It's actually pretty fun. It's hilarious, actually. There's so many moments where I'm just cracking up with my nephew, and he's just having a good old time playing that game. So, but yeah, man, I'm just happy to be here. I know we got a lot to talk about, so I don't want to, say too much.
You don't want to say too much? I don't want to let cats out of bags just yet. I got you, bro. I got you. But next on the list, and I hope his mic is set up, he is coming live from the 405. Of course, he has been here from the beginning. You guys don't know it, but when he first started on Next Podcast, he had a full-blown afro, man. It was huge. Like, his webcam... Like, it just looked like he had a black background. That's how big it was. And look at him now. Go over to his channel and look at him now. Of course it is K-Mega. What is up, brother?
What's up? What's happening? What's going
on? I'm surprised. Dude, you have a controller in your hand right now, don't you?
No, I just put it down, but I will after I do some this and that, some editing and stuff, get ready to put this gameplay on here. For GRG tomorrow, I will be back on something. I just don't know what, because there's just a smorgasbord of just content.
Oh, my goodness.
You will be excited, though, that I have been playing Assassin's Creed Mirage. So.
Oh, really? See,
that's surprising.
I didn't pick it up yet. I'm gonna give it a little time.
I just posted a clip. Because I have to be. Well, I know that this is just intro, but I mean, really quick. I just wanted to. Because of the 3 open world games I enjoy so much, I have to find out what's going on with Basim. You know what I'm saying, with Basim, because he was a badass in Valhalla, and so I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. So anyway, it's pretty interesting though so far.
Okay, cool, man. Like I said, unfortunately, I didn't pick it up right off the bat, but I will. That will be in my library as soon as can be. I am excited that it is out. And I'm glad you're playing it, man. I know our brother Dark picked it up as well. You're having fun with Mirage, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Nice. I am a little jelly. I would be more jelly if it wasn't for the fact that I am playing Forza Motorsport right now, guys. I will let you know. I go on my Xbox. There is so many people just balls deep in Forza Motorsport, going nuts. I will let you know. Like the first time when I first started playing it, yesterday, the first turn I hit, it immediately said, "Hey, this is not Horizon. This is not. You're not going like balls to the wall like as fast as you can up to this turn and expecting to slam the brakes and swing around it. No, this is gonna be a challenge. This is strategic." And dude, as soon as that feeling hit, man, the floodgates just opened. Like I am so happy right now to have.
It's not like the old Motorsport either. You better learn how to feather that throttle and brake.
Oh yeah, I've been doing that. I've been doing that from pretty much the beginning. With ever since they made the triggers pressure sensitive. Like I've been. That's how I kind of go through corners and stuff like that, man. But I gotta say, the game feels absolutely incredible to me. I gotta ask the panel. We already know Pred. We already know Cade Mega. Sir X-Man, did you get the early access? Have you played?
Yeah, I got it. I've been playing. I saw you online when you kept popping stream and then came back stream.
Yeah.
And then came back stream and over again.
That's that beautiful native Twitch streaming capability that's on the Xbox.
My God.
And if you notice, if you go over to Twitter at around that same time, I started screaming about getting YouTube native on Xbox because it's been too damn long.
It's been never.
Yeah, that is too damn long. You see what I'm saying? But yeah, so I was a little upset about that. But all right, how about you, Dark? Because I know you're the racer hater on the panel, man. Because you always try to mess with me about Forza. Did you get into early access or no? No. So you're basically out of the conversation, right?
Oh yeah. I mean, I don't even know why I'm. Honestly, I don't even know why I'm here tonight.
Oh, you're here.
I know it's going to be all about Forza. So
no, you're here to talk about Naughty Dog. See, Naughty Dog made sure we're not going to talk all about Forza. So but is there anything you want to say about anything you've seen so far? I know we've seen review scores, we've seen people sharing different clips. And of course, comparisons have been going kind of off the wall. Is there anything in there you might want to get into real quick before we start talking about the game?
Yeah, before you let all these other hooligans talk about
it. Pretty much, man.
I will say this: it looks good. I'm not much of a racing fan, so I don't really get into it as much as other people. I do like the Horizon games, but yeah, Forza Horizon 5, I didn't even get into that either, really. It takes a lot for me to actually get into an actual car game and stuff, so racing and stuff. It looks good. It sounds good. I mean, I heard some of the the motors and stuff,
the engine sounds, yeah.
And watching some of the people play it and stuff, it sounds good. It looks good. The comparisons between GT and Forza, I don't really see the difference, to be honest. Maybe that's just me. I'm not a car enthusiast. Maybe that's why. But I really just don't see the difference between the two games, to be honest. The one looks a little bit better than the other, you know, but not by much, you know.
Which
So
well, you brought up that comparison in terms of looks. I got to ask you, which one do you
yeah,
think from what you've seen? And I know it's been gameplay on
yeah,
different websites, stuff like that. But from what
yeah.
you've seen, what's your opinion on the look wise?
Forza looks a little bit more of natural colors than
Mhm.
GT.
You are a
Um,
very smart man. I just want to let you know that right now, just for saying that. You go ahead, go
but
ahead.
GT does, it still looks good, you know. It doesn't, it's not like it doesn't look terrible. But I just don't understand why people are comparing the two, because they seem like they're different types of racing games. Like I don't
Mm,
maybe
mm.
maybe I'm I'm not into it, so I don't
Yeah, yeah,
know. You know, I don't
you're in
play
the
it.
shallow pool when it comes to that information. I will let you
Yeah,
know. I feel that the comparisons they are similar games. They adhere to a
uh-huh.
similar crowd, and on that note, yeah, I think it's okay to compare them. And I think the comparisons
Yeah.
in my opinion are very interesting. But so
I thought the funny thing that people were saying that GT got 2 more points on Metacritic than Forza. And I'm just like, 2 more points, really, guys? Really? We're going off of 2 more points. All right. I'm
dude,
just like,
dark,
okay,
that's like me and you went to school, right?
it's
We went to
weird.
social studies class.
Yeah,
We took a test.
yeah,
I got an 87. You got an
yeah.
85. And all I
Right.
did was rag on your ass about your 85 all day. And we
And it's like,
inherently got the
we
same
both got
grade.
a B.
We got the same
We both
grade.
got a B, dude.
I
I
love
feel
it.
like, dude, we both got a
I
D.
love
Get
it.
out of here. You know, like it's ridiculous. But yeah, I think, I mean, I don't really know. I mean, I wish I could talk more about it, but
Okay. All right.
let these other hooligans get into it, because they're gonna go in more depth and stuff like that. So
No doubt. And here's the thing. Before we get into that, I'm going to be a little controversial on the looks matter real quick. Between the two, GT7 and Forza, I love Forza's like lighting, their global illumination and stuff like that in this game. Absolutely beautiful, right? I feel when it comes down to it, um, I feel that Forza puts more time and attention and detail into the tracks. I feel like the tracks are kind of like their own character in the game when it comes to Forza. I think Gran Turismo might have a slight edge on like the polygon count when it comes to the cars. But with the entire presentation, I feel like Forza tried to make everything look real. You know what I'm saying? And I think it really shows. That's my take on the visuals. I think Gran Turismo has a slight edge when it comes to polygon count with the cars and stuff like that. But when it comes to the entire presentation, and especially the tracks, they have their own identity, their own personality, their own feeling. I think they really did a good job here making an entire package. But that's my thoughts. Let's go to Sir X Man on this, man. Yo, Sir X Man, we're gonna bust it wide open right now, man. I'm giving you the mic to talk about Forza Motorsport. Pretty much one of your most anticipated games for years now. And you get to share your thoughts, man. What do you got to say, brother?
I love it, and it gets a 97 out of 10.
He said a 97 out of 10 people.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa. And
that math don't math. I'm just saying.
that math don't math. That's Sir X Man math. Like, any kind of detail you want to go into on it? Have you only played single player? Have you tried to get into the multiplayer?
I tried no multiplayer yet. I tried
That's where it
playing
is.
it.
That's where it's at, though,
I
bro.
tried playing it with the old style, where you can just like almost just slam on the brakes and hit around, and just hit a corner or hit a slight corner. You can't do that here. You have to feather that like nobody's business, like most real sims out there in the real world. So they brought that realization. You have to get your corners down tight to where they should be. The penalty system, I play with the top notch with the full penalties and all that. No rewind. I hate rewind. And I think the penalties were true, because when you go to a certain, they'll give you a little leeway if you're off grass, but if you go too far off grass, that's when you're gonna get hit. And now when the AI hits you, you don't get a penalty for it. You get a little hash mark because they hit you, but you don't get a fine. One time,
I got fucked one race, man. I got slammed, and they said it was my fault. I got like a 4-second penalty. I said fuck you.
Yeah, that hurt me at the end of the race. I had one of them where it was they took 2.5 seconds out of me, and it dropped me from 8th to 10th. Like I said, I try to beat it on I play on number 4 as far as difficulty. So, that's actually pretty hard.
Yeah, that's halfway, because there's 8 levels when it comes to difficulty, and I gotta say, most of my friends are at 4 or 5. That's where they kind of hover around. Yeah.
Right, and I love the way that feels. I mean, it feels competitive. It feels like you're not just chasing a line. You got to figure out another way to pass people without hitting them, and that makes the competition better. If you think you're going to hit them, you got to back off a little bit and wait for another time to try to pass them. And that feels so good. That keeps the challenge going, and that's the addictiveness of this game. You want to get better in your lines. You want to get better in your turns. You want to figure out what enemy is doing what, because they will block you if you try to pass them, just like real drivers and real racetracks. They will try to block you and cut you off, so you got to wait for them to make a mistake to overtake them, a lot of times. And that is really challenging. They did a great job on the AI, better than I've played in every other game. The physics are bar none. When you hit a rumble stick, you hit a rumble stick. You just feel it in the controller for right now. Right now, I haven't set it up for the wheel just yet, because I know that's going to take a while to, adjust and tweak and all that. And I just wanted to jump right into it. So yes, I'm playing it on my Xbox Series X, for those that know. Because I just wanted.
He said he broke down when peasant status is what he said. That's what he's saying in his mind.
The Series X ain't no peasant, dude. It's just I like playing it with my. I have a wheel and pedals where I could just hook it up to my Xbox and play it, but I don't feel like going through all that, because all that's inside the rig already. So you know what I'm saying? But nah, this game feels phenomenal. The tracks feel phenomenal. And if you go and play a free race and stuff like that, you still level up. That I love. You don't have to be in an event, and you can still level up online with the cars. The only thing I gave it a knock for, I love the level up system. A lot of people are knocking it, but it doesn't bother me, because a lot of the cars that we pick are actually pretty nice, and then once you tweak them up, you're like,
gameplay right here, bro.
I could keep this. I could keep this car for a while because I'm feeling it. I've done the adjustments. I've done the tuning. And one upgrade you guys really need to get when it comes, if you have to save your upgrade money, which is totally separate from the money that you get for credits to buy cars. It's totally separate. Make sure you get your brakes first. Getting your brakes is one of the most important things you can have. And if you can, upgrade to wider tires. You could worry about the engine and everything first, because you need to get the brakes for slowing down and the tires for grip better in corners. Those are the two most important things you got to get. Once you get that down, then you can upgrade engine. But worry about those things first. And I I got one where I went to the toe and I had to adjust the toe out because I knew what kind of track I was coming to, where it was going to have a lot better turns. Oh my God. So I went and looked at the car and I saw the toe adjustment on the car. How far I went over and how far I went under. So that was cool. I was like, they actually showing your toe adjustment. And then when you look at the replays, you look how your toe adjustment affects, is affecting in your corner. And I'm like, oh my God, they really put in all this work. So, I mean, bar none, I'm sorry, the physics and the tuning are on par with the way it should be. And you can feel how it affects you every time you make an adjustment.
Dude, what you said right there, the physics and everything, they are the highlight in this game. In my opinion, like the way the game feels. When they said car PG, and they were like, we're looking at like like when they first said like we're looking at corners like bosses and stuff like that, it sounded absolutely crazy what they were saying. And then you actually play the game and you get it. It's like every corner is a mission. Like
one thing about it, unlike most Forza Motorsports, if you make a mistake, it's your fault. It wouldn't be the game's fault. It's going to be your fault. You know it's going to be your fault when you make a mistake, and that it ain't going to be the game's fault. It ain't going to be the AI's fault. I know AI gets stupid sometimes, but they're not that stupid where you can't recover from it.
They're actually getting. I noticed they're getting better over time. I'm wondering, like, does anybody know? Is the AI?
I think they adjust to you.
Is it linked to AI, like artificial intelligence, like Microsoft?
Well, remember, they said that they were going to do that. Yeah, they said.
Yeah,
because it seems like
I don't. Yeah.
The first time I was playing, like the AI was a little bit rough. They were a little bit aggressive. After a few races, all of a sudden they went from "we're going to kill you" to "we're going to beat you." Like that, it was cool.
If you notice, it depends on which setup you got for your HUD. I got the HUD that shows the track, the where the people are close to you and how far you are and where your track times are, right? So for the lap. So if you look above that, you'll see there's a rating for your driving.
Yeah.
And that's based on you, how you react to the AI. They said they were going to do that. So that's like a rating system. So
AI provided by Skynet.
The better you race, the better respect from you that you get from the other AI drivers in the game. Also, the better you do, the more they respect you on the track and give you some leeway. So all that's calculated in. How they did it, I don't know. That's how they program it. But
my bad.
No, it's okay, dude. I'm sure that I'll have more points later on this. But the game is phenomenal. And for those who say the track limitations are not that much, there's a lot of tracks in this damn game. A lot. I went and tested out Spa. Spa is phenomenal. It is a phenomenal track now, and you will love it. So go ahead. You can go to the next person. I just gave my brief synopsis.
I got you. Now, from what I'm hearing, a lot of you guys have gone in on the single player campaign. I started the single player yesterday, but I really dove into the multiplayer today, and it sucked me in so bad that like I looked up and like 4 hours had passed, and I'm like, oh crap! And like it's the whole thing where so much time has passed, and you're not even tired of the game, like at all. You can't believe like that much time went by. But
Starfield.
I will say, that system that you were talking about also adheres to the multiplayer in terms of like good, bad, or whatnot. You got your ranking, your driver ranking. It's a little more touch and go when it comes to multiplayer because everybody's a real person on there. So sometimes the computer will blame you for shit that is not your fault. All right. But there is no game that is in this genre when it comes to that type of system. There is no game that does not do that. You know, the computer is not perfect when it comes to the collisions and who's at fault all the time. So I got penalized a couple times when it wasn't my fault. At the end of the entire race, like the entire kind of like race series, it didn't matter. I won anyway. But I gotta say, I think the multiplayer is where it's at right now. I really, it is so much fun, and the setup and everything, and with you having like the race kick off at a certain time, and you're hanging out at the track and you're practicing, uh, it really gives you a chance to meet like new gamers that are playing the game as well, and just get more kind of like gaming squads together to do like private matches and stuff like that. I really like the setup. I really feel a lot of attention was put into the multiplayer. And again, when it comes to tracks and stuff, they've stated this I don't know how many times because they knew it's crazy what they've done for marketing. Is because it's like they tried to like cover everything that people would talk about before the game came out, and some people are still kind of going nuts out there. But they already stated that more tracks are coming monthly, as well as new events and new cars every single month. You're
And
getting
free.
yes, and free. I am so tired of saying this, people. It's really not that difficult. But anyway, all right, let's let's go. Let's go K Mega. Let's go to K Mega. K Mega. I don't know how much time do you have in the game. What are your thoughts here?
I played
Again,
it all night. I played it all night last night.
all
Yeah,
night?
he did. I
Nice.
saw him. Yeah, he did.
Dude, I stayed up till like
5 o'clock this morning.
I stayed up until 4 a.m. and then I woke up at 9 and I started again. Like,
Well, yeah,
Oh, you went to bed 1 hour earlier than I did, K man, because I was still playing it.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, my back was killing me, but I was like, I got to give it up. But I played the hell out of it. Yeah, it does use AI for the turning and for the drive avatars. So of course, that's going to be one of those things where over time that it's going to get better and better. So I
yeah,
think
you're
that
not gonna be
you're on
able to
something
use the
about that.
same moves all the time and stuff
Right,
like that.
no,
Yeah,
and I
like
figured
that.
that out as well. Now, again, I know that exactly what you're talking about. I've seen somebody post was trying to show the difference between the computer from Gran Turismo 7 compared to Forza Motorsport. With they parked in the middle of the track, and then on Gran Turismo 7, the cars went around while the cars didn't on Forza Motorsport. Well, see, there's always an angle to this, right? The guy was playing on you can tell it. You got to play the game to know. But, it's just how these people do it. But he was playing it with the Drivatar level at 1. So again, the Drivatar level is not going to be anything like how you, Sir X Man, is playing, because I'm playing it around 4 and 5 as well. I started it off at 6, and then I realized that I was
yeah, that's too
Like,
far.
what the fuck was I doing? He's like, I gotta get used to this shit first.
Then I put it in 5, and then
You know
realized
what's
that,
really
okay,
fun, guys. You know what's really fun? Level 4, back of the pack. You go level 4, but then you go 24th. Yo, that's so much fun.
Yeah. That is fun. But I'm at 4. But I also knew, and I do like the new system of how to upgrade your car, because
The progression, yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, the progression of the car, because really it shows if you care about that car enough, you're going to stick with it. So the more that car levels up, the more that you're going to put into that car. If you don't care about it that much, you're just going to get through whatever you're going to get through in the career and then move on to the next vehicle. But I really found myself really really excited about this damn Ford GT. I mean, not GT, but this Ford Focus or something like that I was driving. And I kept on
Ford Focus GT.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I kept on enhancing and kept on enhancing me. And next thing you know, I was like, yo, this thing is zipping.
The Focus is a beast, bro.
Yeah, it is. But that's the thing that I like that progression system. Now, does it take a little bit to get used to? Yes, it does. Because I was like, whoa, how do I find this? How do I find that? And the difference between the currency system and then the creative point system.
Right.
That's a little bit, it explains it to you, but when you're caught up in the moment, you're kind of just skipping through stuff. And so I was like, oh, I need to go back. But I have not played the online yet. I'm the career guy. I'll go online here a little bit later, but I am thoroughly impressed. Now, the one thing I will say is this. I played it on both the Series X and on the PC. I've showed clips from both. The Series X version looks amazing, but that game is not going to really shine unless you have the proper TV to show it. Like if you don't have the proper TV or monitor, it's going to be good looking. It's going to be great. So if there's people that saying, well, I just don't know, I don't see the difference. I'm not talking about Dark, because Dark don't care about racing games like that, but I'm talking about the purists. Then trust me, because in person, this is the most beautiful racing game I've ever played in my entire life. I have not seen anything like that. The ray tracing alone, man, when I put that bad boy on PC, I had to just lean back. My wife was seeing it this morning this morning. And she was like, oh my goodness, that looks real. Like, bro, like I couldn't believe it. And then of course I showed clips of where you can see the ray tracing and how but there's one track that I made a big mistake in, so I need to go back and try to mess with it again. I was messing with this one higher end class vehicle, and I was going in through the rain at night, and the reflection of the water and the lights.
Oh, I know that track.
And then, like, of course, the pink trees and all that. Like, I'm like, this is insane.
Oh, it's got Mount Fuji in the background. It's that Japanese.
In the background.
Yeah, that Japanese.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
my
then,
goodness.
like, the ray tracing on the track, like you was bringing up, like, the track feels alive. And the one thing I could say about this game is that from any other Forza, 7 did have, it felt weighty. But it didn't feel as this feels very heavy. Like when you're
swinging it around, like
when that ass end goes out, man, it's over.
You better lighten up the damn accelerator and just ease into the brakes, so you will spin.
Right. and so, like, I mean, of course, like it's got the drive assist, it's got the brake assist and all that stuff. I cut most of that stuff off. I do not like the rewind. I do not like the line.
Nope, I hate rewind.
I hate rewind. I mean, you don't get a rewind in real life. So I want to see what I could do. But yeah, no, you're definitely going to have to be on that. Get off that throttle, let go, angle it right, make sure that, and then the feel of every car. Like I was
just about to ask you that question.
Yeah, like, I mean, I've probably raced about maybe 15 cars. And every last one of them feel different. So it's not like that, it's kind of like with previous Forzas and GTs as well. Cars kind of similar, like kind of knowing that those people aren't going to mess with those cars. Those cars still have the same type of feel. Not in here. So I would recommend for any driving game, or especially a sim racer, that, hey, less is better. If you want to just max it out at 200 cars, 150 cars, so you can have every car feel the best that it can, I am all with that.
I like another game on PlayStation that all the cars are the same car. You know what I'm saying? You got multiple cars that the same.
But that's the thing for me on this one. Is just, I mean, the game is it's sweet. Now, I understand about some of the content or whatever, but I mean, this game is robust enough right now as is to where with the multiplayer, also with the career mode, I do like the presentation. I still feel that the presentation is a hell of a lot better, in my opinion.
Oh, yes.
But
the music's not annoying. Like, in 7, the music was fucking annoying, dude. Like, I shut it off. I had to shut it off. Like seriously.
Yeah, and so so it's for me, it's more of a thing of where I still feel that Gran Turismo still has a better presentation. That's always one of the things that I've always praised GT for. And another thing that I've always praised GT for is their lighting. They are masters at lighting. But
I don't know. I get blind in some of them bright
Forza
corners.
took that crown, bro.
From the sun.
Hold on,
Forza's
sir. Yeah, I was gonna say, but yo, Forza took that crown, right? Because that
Forza's on that ass now.
dude,
If not,
Maple Valley in
their
the morning.
lighting is
Maple Valley in the
stupid.
morning is one of the most incredible things I've ever seen, bro.
I don't know if you've raced in a thunderstorm yet, or like.
Yep, I have. It's brutal,
man. Well, it didn't rain. It just was it was early morning. I did an early morning race.
Dude, I already got 13 hours in that game, man. I just looked it up.
That's crazy. But it's early morning. It's early morning, so it's still dark, but you can still see the darkness in the clouds. While you're in the middle of the race, because this was a 4-track. This is 4 laps.
to throw that light rain out. Yeah.
No, it didn't rain once. But the way that the sun started to come through, but the clouds was still dark, that was absolutely amazing because you seen the light, the way that everything illuminated like it would in real life.
Dude, did you see the weather transition video on Twitter that I put?
No, I didn't get to see.
Yo, it was cloudy in Maple Valley, and I grabbed. It's within 1 minute. You saw a real-time transition, and it went from cloudy. You saw the clouds break. You saw the rays break through. I come around the corner, coming back to like the way I was coming from, right, where it was clearing up. And literally, now you're seeing blue sky, and you're seeing the clouds part and everything. And by the end of the video, it is a sunny day, and you see just like the remnants of wetness on the side. Yo, it was incredible.
Oh, you know what's worse? When it was raining a little bit, right? And you saw the wetness on the ground, but then the sun came out, and then you see the sun gleaming on the track. And then I tried to come up this like slight hill and stuff like that, and I got a little blinded.
You could be blind,
by the sun
you could be blind,
down,
yes, sir.
and the water on the track. I was like, "What the F is
Dark? Do you hear that? Do you hear that detail, Dark? Out of it.
Calm down over there. Calm down.
Yeah. Relax. But yeah, that's it is.
That's the Forza effect right there, bro.
It is that ray trace, that everything ray tracing is impeccable, insane. and I can't tell you enough. Like, you have to see it in person. And if you have a rig like Pred does, oh my God, man,
and me too.
You'll see.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see everything
of this game because I put that bad boy on ultra settings on everything. Put that thing and put that DLSS on it. My God! Now I prefer visuals than frames, even though I was still over 60 frames per second. But
it's an unlocked frame rate on PC. You can go as high as your system will allow.
I did. But if I want to go if I wanted to do 1440p, I could get 180 frames or something like that. But no, man, the game is so beautiful. I ain't gonna mess that up. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'll race at 70 frames. So it's just at 60. Just to make sure I can keep these visuals right there. And then, like I said, on the Xbox, it's impressive as hell as too. Now, it doesn't look as good. If you got a high-end PC, no, it doesn't look as good. But
no.
That
frame rate is locked. It is locked.
Well,
it is impressive.
Dude, when it comes to ray tracing, like, yo, you gotta look in at kind of like the small detail, like the angles around like the back corner of the bumpers and stuff like that, how accurate the shadowing is. And like, there are times where it's just gonna look natural, and natural doesn't look the greatest
glossy
all the time. Yeah, exactly.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right,
but if you
I'm the opposite. I'm more concerned about the what do you call it? Frames per second. And the frames per second and how the car handles. So ray tracing isn't really a big deal to me.
Right.
As long as I can get the performance out, because the performance is what's going to make you, do better on the track more than how the game looks.
Well,
I
no,
feel
that's
I feel
right.
when
That's
it
why I
comes
make sure I
when
keep
it
it over
comes to
60.
frames, I feel 60 is absolutely fine.
Perfect.
120 is kind of like the highest you go. Anything above that is just like overkill.
Kill.
You know
Yeah.
what I'm
I play a
saying?
lot of
Like,
PC games on 120, so when I play my PC racing games, I play them at 120.
yeah,
Well,
that's because that's the
this is
angle of their nose in the air. That's why.
yeah. This bad boy is tough, but anyway, no, I just wanted to say this. Yeah, this game is dope. I really
What's your score so
impressed
far,
with
K Mega? I gave one.
it's a 9 out of 10 for me. Easy. 9 out of 10.
Nice. Let's I Predator, I saved you for last just because I know you said you were getting into the kind of like the beginning races, and I wanted to give you, some time, man. I want to give you some quality time.
That game looks like fun,
Are
dude.
first
That
off,
party
are you on
animals.
console with it or are you on PC? Because like this almost turned into like PC elitist hotline or something.
Nah, I'm
About
on
3 minutes
PC.
ago. You're on PC?
I'm on
All right.
PC, yeah.
All right. So
I haven't
your eyes are
uploaded the
bleeding
Xbox
right
yet.
now. There's ray tracing coming out the back of your monitor. Yo, dude, what do you think so far, man? What's popping?
I mean, there's definitely a difference between. It's been so long since I played the last Forza. Was it 7, 8,
Yeah, it was
Seven.
7? Like
Yeah.
it's been so long, so I can't compare the two mentally, like because visually, I mean, because it's been so long since I played that last one.
Yeah.
What? Someone talking? Oh, that's my
no.
echo.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
I hear it echo.
This
right
the
now.
voices in his head, man. Yo,
It's your
Charlie.
voice.
It's
Yeah,
Charlie
It's
in the
mine. I
tree.
hear someone's echo. That's why I was like, "Who's talking?"
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were echoing a little bit, bro. Just a little bit.
Let me see if it's this camera. Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Let me unplug this.
Oh, you just got dark excited. He was like, OnlyFans? What? Is it
Nah.
is it the legendary webcam? Like,
It's funny because I'm so used to playing Horizon, where I'm just driving through the trees and shit. So I kind of want to do that on this game sometimes. Like I find myself just running into walls.
get that
So
11-second penalty
yeah.
real quick.
Yeah, it's like you can't. So, but I'm still getting used to it. I haven't really gotten past just that first set of races you have to do, whatever the fuck that's called. But the controls are definitely different from what I remember. It's not forgiving, and I have all the assist off. The only thing I have turned on is the curve. I keep the lines on for the curve because I can't pay attention for shit. But everything else is off. Braking I do everything myself, and I do automatic. I can't do shifting on the fucking fly. But yeah, I love it so far. It looks great. I haven't done any of the Thunderstorm stuff you guys are talking about. I just went and bought my Bugatti because I always buy that car when I get this game. So I bought that.
How much was the Bugatti?
It was like 418, I think.
That's cheap.
Yo,
Eat that
guys,
Gran Turismo.
Guys, I'm just saying
Huh?
for future gameplay, yo, even Sir X-Man, if you know how to send gameplay, I need that PC gameplay of Forza on there as well. I'm gonna put both of them up. I'm gonna see, like, as we're talking, if people can say the difference on like a future show or something.
Just go to Digital Foundry, they'll tell you.
Digital fuckery.
Digital Foundry. I do have a sad thing. My Elite controller is finally took its toll.
Oh,
the rubber gripper's coming off of it finally. My Elite version 2. It's finally happened.
How long have you had that one?
I got it at launch, whatever the fuck that was. Was that 2021 when it came out?
Okay.
Series
All right,
2?
yo, then dude, you got your worth from it, right?
Yeah. It still works.
It was better. It's definitely better than what
Better
you
than the other
were
ones,
with
yeah.
Series 1, man. So
Hey, and don't forget, you could always get one of the ones at Amazon if you want to replace it way cheaper because
guys.
you got all the other ones.
check this out. The gameplay real quick. This is Laguna Seca, but it is a multiplayer. It's a spec race, so everybody has this Honda. Yeah, I suggest you play it because when you play it, you have the car, so you level up this car. This car is not only it's good in its A class, but you can bump it up to like R class, and that's a sleeper. That's a sleeper car right there for online. Trust.
For now.
Well, for now. Yeah, you gotta
Yeah,
keep
let's
it
keep
moving,
it.
man. You can't stay in the same thing all the time. You gotta keep it fresh, bro. You know?
Yeah. Well, I can't compare it to Turismo. I mean, I know it's been going around. I didn't play Gran Turismo, so I can't compare the differences between the two. But I mean, for me, my better comparison would be the previous Forza to this one, and I think this one's based obviously a lot better. I feel like it's missing some cars, but I know
There's
they're
a lot
bringing
of
more. I feel
cars.
like it's some tracks. I haven't really looked at all the tracks, but I think it's missing a couple of tracks too. That we're used to having at launch, but they'll come, so I'm not really worried about it.
You didn't even go into buy your car yet section where they got cars to buy. When you see all those cars in there,
Yeah, I bought my Bugatti already, so I went
yeah,
in
so
there.
you saw all the cars in there.
Yeah, I was looking for my. I have a Tundra, so I was looking to see that trucks in here. And I
Oh my
didn't see any in there, so. Again,
Yo.
Horizon. I'm still in Horizon mode. So
You gonna low ride that Tundra when you get it, ain't you?
you know the reason why, because I was running a race and I saw a truck was backed up. You know, as a prop or something when I was driving through one of the races, and I was like, "Oh, they have trucks in here." And of course not.
Yeah,
You know,
they
so
said they had some in there.
I didn't see any in there, but I'm sure they'll like. Yeah, how many cars did this launch with?
500.
500.
Yeah,
How many did
700.
Gran Turismo launch with?
700. Oh, Gran
700?
Turismo? No, not Gran Turismo.
Yeah.
No, I thought you were talking like.
Yeah, but
Motorsport
remember,
7.
Gran Turismo 7 launched with a lot of repeated cars too.
Yeah.
They weren't different cars. They were a lot of
Different years.
multiple GTRs, multiple.
I don't know. Anybody in the
Supers.
chat, if you know how many cars Gran Turismo launched with, Gran Turismo 7, definitely put it in the chat. Guys, did you hear what they're doing with digital cars, like in their shop in Gran Turismo? Like, they will randomly put cars as sold out, even though they're just digital cars or whatnot. So there'll be points in time, like say you've been trying to build up credits to get this one car. There's a chance that when you go in there, it's gonna be
It's
like
not
sold
there.
out.
Oh wow! So
424. 424.
What?
Oh, okay.
424 launch.
And can make a half of them were probably duplicate cars. Yeah, repeats.
Well, I don't know, but
Yeah, they were talking about that when it came out.
they're I know that they're at 480 something now.
Yeah.
How many? I know it's 480 something. I can't remember.
Any way you
I was
slice
looking.
that, both like games, that's definitely a good variety. You know what I'm saying? It's definitely that could hold you over. You know what I'm saying?
Ford was the one that was
go ahead.
laughable because GT Sport had only, I think, like 150, 130, or like 200 at the most, or something like that.
Yeah, I definitely remember clowning them for that. Like,
Yeah, but none of our cars are repeats though. All our cars are all different. They are not repeats. That's the thing I love about Forza.
I mean, you get the same model cars, just different teams when there comes to it. Like I said, there's more than enough on each side, man. It's more than enough.
I don't know.
I'm racing all those
You might
cars.
be a little biased on that. I don't know.
I'm racing all those cars.
I know.
I grew up playing Gran Turismo, and they've always had multiple versions of the same car in the game.
Yeah. I remember different Corvettes that were modified from different companies, and I remember one of them was like an absolute missile with wheels on them. But I mean, I can't wait. I know I got to work tomorrow, but I know when I get off, I'm going to be playing at least one more online series before I go to bed and stuff like that. Man, it's an absolute blast, and it's only going to get better, guys. You got to remember, this is not your typical launch for your typical game. The reason why this game took so long was because they wanted to make it incredibly flexible so they can adjust things on the fly. There are definitely I've seen little bugs and stuff like that, like textures flicker, little things on the track, but it's very few and far between. But they made this game open on their end so they can really go in and adjust things, add the content, make it easier to do so, all that good stuff. So they really created a platform where they're going to build on moving forward. So with that being said, I feel like the foundation that they laid right here, and I can't wait for everybody else to actually be able to come in and play this game. I think it is an incredibly good foundation, and it's just going to get better. Guys, they didn't even launch with Rally yet, and we know a Rally division is coming
That's when the
to
trucks come.
Motorsport. Yeah, you see what I'm saying? Like they have this all planned out, man. This is the beginning of something that like give it 2 years and people are gonna look back at this and be like, wow, this was the
There's
start
only
of
one
something.
thing
Start
that
something
upsets
crazy.
me about this game. There's only one thing. I have a GP Nürburgring and a Sprint Nürburgring, but we don't have the full Nürburgring track.
Nordschleife. Yeah, no, I know. That's my favorite track too. But they said it is coming soon. Okay? Like they already addressed like anything people were bitching about, all you have to do is go to their website and they literally have bullet points for everything you are trying to complain about. I mean,
not having that track in your game, that's always
they
been
were
there since the
so
beginning.
upfront with all of it. And like it's like people are still bitching, but now their bitches are really showing to be incredibly shallow. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really showing now because they already came out and covered everything before the game launched. So that's insane. But guys, I want to get into like kind of like the big, I guess you say Sony news that just happened.
Don't care.
Talking about Naughty Dog though, man. And there's certain multiplayer, and I hate that this is the case, but it would be the case because me and K Mega have a bet about this multiplayer. Yeah, Mega, do you see? I don't know what I did. Maybe it was something in a past life. There's some type of karma going on right now that is delaying the outcome of that bet because apparently Naughty Dog laid off all of their testers, their contracted testers, when it comes to testing their games and stuff like that in-house. So, that's going early testers, moving through phase type testers, all those are the in-house testers. Contractors, by the way, but that's who they are. Reports coming out that Factions 2 is quote unquote on ice. That was yesterday, by the way. Today, it seems that the head of the Factions 2 project has stepped down and left Naughty Dog. Now, all I see out there on social media is people saying that this is no big deal and stuff. This is what I was seeing yesterday, and I didn't really respond because I like to see how things pan out. And then today, when you have the head of that program, that development team, just he's now gone. The whole on ice thing to me now equals the word shelf, and that's not a good sign. But again, people are trying to downplay this. Predator, have you heard about this today? Like I did give a pretty good kind of like rundown there. Did you see what was going on yesterday, today, when it comes to Naughty Dog?
I saw a little bit of it. I wasn't really paying too much attention to it because I wasn't expecting this game to come out anyway. I think I said that like a year ago.
Dude, I'm gonna create a montage of stuff that you said before time and what has come true. All right.
I've nothing. If that game was going to come out, it would have came out a long time ago. Like, I mean, I don't know if they were ever even working on it over the past year. Maybe they had like 5 people doing stuff. I don't know. You never heard anything about it, And every time an E3 had come up or an event had come up, or like they would just not talk about it. And it's like they can't do multiplayer games.
Hold on, didn't they come out? Either it was earlier this year or later last year, and said like, yeah, no, it's still in development. We're still. Didn't they come out and make a statement?
Mm-hmm. And then I think something else happened, and it just I don't know what it was. Something else happened shortly after that, and it was like they're not making this game. I know we kind of predicted we were going to see it at E3. If it was, as I said, if it doesn't come out at E3, they don't mention E3. They're not making this game. That's when it was E3 this year, and I said that. And I didn't see. We didn't see the E3, so I was like, they've shelved this game. And I said, what? They really. I don't think this game is ever going to get made. So, especially with all the changes that are happening over there now, like
Yeah,
from the top down.
Jim Ryan is
Yeah.
I mean, basically they're gonna replace him in March, which is the beginning of a new fiscal year, right, Fred? Like March,
Yeah.
that's the beginning. So
And I know we'll get into him later. But yeah, I mean, with that, and then I mean, they're laying off all those workers. Like, who's going to make the game? You know,
yo, Porter
We've
Rock.
seen
I think
absolutely
Porter Rock.
fucking-
I think they hired Porter Rock. He's gonna go in. He's gonna start coding for factions
Yeah.
too, bro.
We've seen nothing of this game, and I don't like. They would have. This is Sony. They would have teased that shit 2 years ago, and we've seen it every fucking E3 until 2026 until it came out. Like it's not ready. It's not being made. And again, my theory is they don't know how to make multiplayer games. So, you know, and that's why they make it. What games other than the racing games? You know, like what have they made in the past fucking generation and a half?
That's it.
multiplayer.
It's just polyphony making like holding down their multiplayer.
So and
Dark thinks that's niche, and Dark thinks that's niche, so he's not even touching that. You know.
And then you got people saying they wish they'd have made multiplayer games at Sony. People working at Sony, saying that. So
well, don't worry, Bungie will
games
save
as a
them.
service.
Bungie will save them, sir. They don't have any problems on their ship.
Yeah, they know what they're doing.
They're sinking right now. D2 is well, wow. Yeah, no, it's not good. Let's see. Let's get the otter in here. Dark. Mr. Optimus, are you there?
Yes.
Hi, sir.
Yes.
Sir, we are talking about a certain hashtag concerning issue going on at Naughty Dog. I know you heard the rundown, man, because I am fairly loud.
Saw some stuff.
So, dude, what do you think here? Now, again, I am pissed off because I believe this game is shelved, and therefore I will never get an outcome to the bet between me and K Mega. I don't know why the world hates me right now, but I'm upset about that, sir. So what do you think, man? Are you hashtag concerned about this?
You might as well just say that you lost the bet, bot.
It's not a lose. It's not. They just won't let it.
It's a loss.
No, it's not a loss. It's not a loss. It's kind of. It's
lost.
a top. How is it a loss? He didn't say it wasn't coming out.
Xbox with the epic fail.
I think you guys
specifically saying.
You guys.
I remember him specifically saying, "This game ain't coming out."
You're
sure.
trying to sabotage my life, and I didn't appreciate you.
Xbox with the epic fail.
I will mute your ass, Sir X-Man. Don't you even play with me.
Am I concerned about it? No, because I didn't play factions before. I wasn't really big into factions. Like I played a little bit of it, but I wasn't like me. I'm not even much into multiplayer, anyways. So it didn't really it didn't grab me like some people were like, "This is the best multiplayer ever," and I'm just like, "Is it really?" I mean,
yeah, people, they put it on a high pedestal. We're talking about that.
Yeah,
dude.
they did.
Dude,
They
this
definitely
gameplay is
pedestal.
great, by the way. You see this party animals, right?
Yeah, I do. I do
Okay.
see the party animals.
I'm distracted.
It's a fun game, man.
I am very distracted.
It's a fun game to play with your friends or your family or whatever. It's a fun game.
A prostitute.
Or that too. I mean, if that's what you're aiming for. But yeah, I just never was like, so into factions, my favorite Naughty Dog game is the Uncharted series, so I don't really I mean, I played The Last of Us, but I'm not like, oh my god, The Last of Us, like some people are. I'm just like okay, it's
I just pictured Dark Optimus
humping
game. Neil Druckmann's leg. Like that was weird.
Yeah. I prefer Insomniac over Naughty Dog anyways, so
I prefer cartoon Insomniac personally, like the Ratchet and Clank and stuff like that. That's
Ratchet and Clank.
I like that.
I like Spider-Man. I know you don't like Spider-Man, but I like Spider-Man. I really liked Sunset Overdrive. That was awesome. Like I think Insomniac is probably their best studio.
Bro cream. Oh, bro cream.
The they just I feel like this was just, I mean, it was inevitable to happen, right? I mean, like them to shelve this because, I mean, how long has it been since The Last of Us 2 came out? And like, I know that they were trying to build upon it and trying to, make it into, a different type of, thing or whatever, make it its own type of game or whatever. And I was just like, okay, and there were so many people who are, I feel for some of those people that are like, I really want to play. I really wanted to play Factions, and now I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to play it. But to be honest, I mean, I wouldn't have kept my hopes up anyways at this point, especially since it didn't come with, The Last of Us 2 and things like that.
Dark, I don't understand. I really don't understand why people are like, I didn't really have my hopes like high when, like I said, it was either earlier this year or like really late last year. They came out and stated that they were heavy into development for that. Not to worry, it's coming out, and now we're seeing all this. Like, nobody is saying, hey, like that's kind of fucked up, man. That they basically just said we're doing this, and now all these signs are saying it's gone.
Even when they came out and said anything, I was just like, okay, it was just like, I mean,
I wanted my free game, man.
I understand that you wanted your free game, but you lost, so you need to give K Mega.
I did not know. No, there is no. I don't appreciate this mutiny.
The bet is not null and void unless
the game has to. Because oh my goodness, we already know what's going on here. You guys are not going to manipulate this. It is not happening. It is not happening.
Didn't he say that the game?
Anyway, Sir X-Man, what do you think about
it? Trying to deflect.
Yeah, I'm just trying to get everybody's voice needs to be heard, man.
You're trying to be.
I am X-Bot. I am a man of the people. That's what it is. I'm trying to give the people what they want, and they want all your guys' opinions.
This man here.
Sir X-Man.
After 5 years ago, when Guerrilla Games said we want to make a new Resistance Fall of Man that had an incredibly fun multiplayer.
That's not Guerrilla. That's Insomniac.
Insomniac.
No.
He said
Guerrilla didn't make Resistance, dude.
Yo, came back into
Guerrilla did not make Resistance.
No.
You're thinking of Killzone.
You're gonna Killzone.
Okay, I apologize. I was wrong. I'm sorry. But when they told him they could not make another Resistance, which was a great single player and multiplayer game, I knew which path they were going. So, I mean, it's like they don't care about any type of multiplayer game. And like I said, it came back to bite them. Instead of games as a service, give people regular multiplayer games first. Work on that first before you start doing games as a service. That's all I'm going to say on that.
I hear you on that, but I also know that Sony is kind of like they're behind on the times in terms of developing games like that, seeing that trend is really going to be a thing moving forward and kind of getting their feet wet in that area and starting early development. They didn't do that. So they're behind on that whole thing.
But regular multiplayer games are still a big deal, even ones that are not games that are service.
No, I hear you, sir. I'm not saying that.
But that's their fault. Since the PlayStation 4 came out, they stopped doing, in the later time, they stopped doing multiplayer. That's their fault.
All right.
So it's been 10 years. So that's their fault. they don't let their developers make what they want to make also.
Well, now
that
rumors
made
that
money.
there's rumors that their developers are getting a little upset that they're forcing the whole games as a service thing into like games that they were planning and developing. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like the loose word going around right now.
Technically, multiplayer has always been games as a service. They've always had DLC. They've always had custom outfits. Technically, that's a game as a service before they coined it games as a service.
You're not wrong. I mean, you're not wrong. It's like the light side of that. You know what I'm saying? They just gave it a different name so they can go all in on. Hey, don't you want to spend money on this? But yeah, you're definitely right on that, man.
But they're too late for the game. They're too late to get in that game, dude.
It's not. I don't think they're too late. I don't think.
First, they need to just start back to regular multiplayer with some DLC. Just regular multiplayer with a single player game or even a co-op game with people.
I feel like they're just gonna have to go through growing pains on making something substantial.
Growing pains? They've been around 30 damn years. How much growing pains do you need?
Like you said, they haven't made games as a service or even a classic traditional multiplayer game in so long.
That's their fault. They got behind the 8 ball over the past 10 years. They brought it on themselves. The PS5, PS3 had great multiplayer games. I enjoyed those games over there.
Oh, okay. All right.
You know, I mean, that's Sony's fault for not continuing going with it. That's all on them, dude.
Got you. I got you, brother. Yo, K-Mega, before you get in on this, do you see what's going on here? Have you tried Party Animals? Dude, like... No. If you haven't, if you've been watching this, that will make you be like, dude, I gotta download this. But
we got too many. We got too many other real games we playing right now.
This is a real game, sir.
Not at all.
This is a real game played by real people with real cute animals kicking the living shit out of each other. But Naughty Dog, dude, what's going on with them, man?
You know what this reminds me of, but people aren't saying it.
Uh-oh. I don't know.
343? This is exactly what this is. This is 343. I mean, so if stands are not going where they were adamant about, well, we demand better from 343. The only reason, and Dart, you have to admit this, and maybe you won't, but I don't know, but I think you will. The only reason that The Last of Us 2 won Game of the Year is because the way that PlayStation pushed back on the media and on content creators over those leaks. To the degree that they were blocking and striking content creators. And on top of that, and then Sony threatened them, like, if you say you post any more negative news about this game, I'm gonna light y'all's ass up. Y'all not getting any more of the sweet cookie. And then all of a sudden, the media rallied behind them and made that game, even after PlayStation fans were not a fan of the story. The game was was a fantastic graphically, graphics and the new animations, everything much more superior than the first game. So the game was warranted to be a nominee for Game of the Year, but most people will tell you.
What am I supposed to agree to?
That the media that game that Ghost of Tsushima should have won Game of the Year that year.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Not.
Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima was way better than The Last of Us 2.
Yeah, see,
I stuck a plunger in a gorilla's ass right there.
Yeah, but that's the thing but this to me, like, when everybody was looking at like the people leaving and at 343 and the turmoil and all this. Now listen, this has been happening for a minute. If you go back to when Jason Schreier broke that story about those employees, those contractors, that was the whole crunch thing. That's what started this all. It was part of the crunch. Then it moved to Halo. And then that changed the cycle of how development went. Then we got hit over the head with the pandemic, and then it just got even worse. Same thing's happening with Naughty Dog. Naughty Dog is got, saying they're contractors and things like that. They've been coming out, breaking out, and saying these things for years. There's been stuff even going back from when I heard stuff that was going on in Naughty Dog before the leaks came out, right? But we look at this situation here, and Sony thought that they could put all their eggs in a basket under Jim Ryan's watch, or his superiors, whichever one, to get Bungie and to have Bungie be the flagship of making these games as a service. And this is, and I believe that Bungie was one of the reasons what kind of put factions in a bad spot, because maybe Bungie looked at this and was like, bro, this ain't it. This ain't gonna work.
Nah, yo, K-Mega, I don't know how much you're into like Destiny news, right? But ever since, and I didn't want to say this, but it has become more and more absolutely blatant. Ever since they have been purchased by Sony, Destiny 2 has taken a downward spiral. I feel like Sony is stretching Bungie so thin, putting their devs, like helping them out, and other devs out with their games as a service models and the games that they're developing. It's actually hurting Bungie's pocket. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's their money, that's their game.
Yeah.
And like it's getting bad, and for some reason nobody, dude, it's a common sense thing. Nobody, I haven't seen an article, I haven't seen a tweet, I haven't seen a carrier pigeon, a smoke signal, nothing out there about that.
And what's crazy about it is that maybe I mean, Activision is definitely the devil. How they go after they
like that
go after their
foosball.
Customers,
like that
right?
Foosball.
But maybe it was more that Activision knew what they were doing and not so much Bungie. Because when you look at this whole situation, and not to say I love Bungie, I'm not saying that because they're part of PlayStation. No, I love Bungie. Always will, always have, always will. But the biggest problem here is that I think with factions is that when Jim Ryan made Bungie in charge of whatever that they were going to do with factions, they felt confident in it enough, but the powers that be felt that it wasn't. And then when they passed it to Bungie was like, no, this ain't it. Now this game is in flux. The person left, all of this. And if you remember, this is the same type of direction that we were seeing with Halo Infinite when people were leaving, when the person that was in charge of the slip space engine, the creator of it, I guess, or whatever, one of the engineers, top engineers, he left, he's gone, right? And then Halo Infinite comes out, fun game, really good, but there was still something missing. And then when it came to the content, all of that came and caught up and bit Halo Infinite in the ass in the long run.
Mm-hmm.
The same thing is going to happen with Naughty Dog, because that's what they do, is make single player games. They want to make, that's why I was going, when we had that discussion about the bet, like, I'm like, this has got to be a free to play, because if it isn't, or this game ain't going to come out, but regardless, if this game isn't going to, just saying, but if the game is not going to be free to play, PlayStation gamers are not going to gravitate to it like that, because that's not how they've been doctrinated. So it's still a possibility that it could, but I think honestly that it could. I'm agreeing with Pred and everybody else. Like this shit could be on the shelf. And it's unfortunate, but this is also wasting developers' time and efforts, and that's going to get more people disgruntled. Because if they want, let's say that they had their plan and then it got taken and snatched away, even though these type of things happen all the time within the industry. But the problem is that you're talking about a top-notch, one of PlayStation's best. And that's why I say the comparison between 343 Inc., and I know that the stands will deny it up and down, but it is the same exact thing. There's a lot of peril, and that shit's going to show up eventually. And I don't know, man. It's not looking good for the blue team right now. It's just a lot of unknowns going on out there.
Again, I feel, they just weren't on time in terms of creating these games. And now they're playing catch up, and of course with that they're gonna catch their dings now. They're gonna have to kind of like catch up. They're gonna have to get accustomed to. They're gonna have to learn. And unfortunately, man, I don't know what's gonna happen with Bungie now, honestly, because like again, I know you guys don't follow it that much, but there is a lot of turmoil over there. There is a lot of negative feedback and stuff in the community.
They got sued. Yeah, they got sued today. Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if they split like they did with Activision. They split from
Bungie
Sony.
got sued, or Sony got sued from Bungie. I didn't know about that.
Bungie got sued. There was an article that came out today.
I gotta see what that's about, man. But I just know on the game backlash front and all that good stuff. It's Destiny 2 is probably in its worst state since it's come out. To be really honest,
can you tell me about it tomorrow on your show? Or send me a link to the article. I want to check it out, K-Mega.
Nice.
Well, let me just tell you right fast, Bot, since you didn't hear about it. Bungie is being sued by its former HR manager. Admits claims that she was wrongfully dismissed after speaking up for a black employee.
Oh shit!
Oh
shit! Here we go.
Really?
Yep.
Oh
Lord, have mercy, Jesus Christ!
All right. Well, again, these are not it's got to go through its process, all that good stuff.
It's an allegation,
yeah.
But hold on, let's not forget about the Juneteenth shit, because people jumped on 343's ass about it, but it was an old like code from Bungie. But it is what it is. You're right. We don't know.
Yeah,
we don't know what's
like
going on.
we got to let that process kind of like let that kind of build up and see what
let that resolve itself. Let it resolve itself.
Yeah, because it could be nothing. It could be, hopefully, because I'm tired of hearing all that craziness, people saying and doing some of the stupidest shit. But let's see here. Who else on Naughty Dog? Pred, did you get a chance to talk about Naughty?
Yeah.
Thanks, Mega.
Right.
I'll read it in a little bit.
I got Dark. I think we're good on that. Let me see. Like I don't know. There's about 10 minutes left. Do you guys want to share any thoughts about what's going on with Jim Ryan real quick before we kind of sign out of here?
It's already been talked about.
Yeah, I'll talk about it. I'll talk just for a hot minute. I mean, I just think that Jim Ryan's I said this in a video last week. I was basically looking at Ryan McCaffrey say under Jim Ryan's tenure it was a major success, and that's a lie. Nah, he lived off the coattails of Sean Layton and
prior
Yoshida.
Success. A lot of this stuff was already being in development, or and so I hear what, dude. I agree with you 100%. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. Well, no, and that's my thing is that like under Jim Ryan's tenure, prices got raised, development slowed. Even though that Sean Layton was saying that was what was going on, but then the thing that games went on PC after, then also the PlayStation 4 got reintroduced, even though it was basically saying that, oh well, we believe in generations.
Yeah.
Also lying to the public, telling them that they were going to give them that they were going to let them have their kind of version, their upgrade version for only $10, and then making a asshole comment to the effect of saying, well, after Horizon Forbidden West, don't ask anymore, pretty much. You're going to pay the $70 or I mean the $10 and that's it.
They said we'll bend the knee this time, but we're going to get your money, bitches.
Right.
We'll
also,
get it.
Lying to the gamers and telling them that this game here was only played on Xbox. I mean, it's only played on PlayStation and this, that. Now you got games that can run on a hard drive with the SSDs and that this and that. Listen, I don't know Jim Ryan. I bet he's a nice, pleasant man to talk to in person. But you know what? I mean, when people even try to give him comparisons to Don Matrick, the one thing we can say about Don Matrick, he was one hell of a businessman. He knew how to market. Jim Ryan has put PlayStation in an odd position right now. And PlayStation is this. I can't recall ever, even after the crazy shit that happened in 2006 when PlayStation was saying, "Look, you need hey, work a second job if you want a PlayStation 3." I've never seen PlayStation this down, this much in a bad situation, to the point. So the only successful thing that people can talk about for PlayStation in 2023 is console sales. Nothing else. Spider-Man will be the only thing this year. So
what did I say for 2 years that Dark wants to debate me on last week?
So that's my thing right there. I just think that Jim Ryan was probably great at what he was doing beforehand, but being the CEO of PlayStation, it was tragic.
Yo, now Mega, I gotta ask you real quick because you stepped up to this, and we didn't cover it last week. Unfortunately, we didn't have a show last week. But the big thing was because he's stating he's retiring. All right. There were people stating that it looks like he's being forced out, and then other people are like, "Yo, that's ridiculous because he's leaving in March." Now, I want to say again, March being the beginning of the fiscal year, right, makes sense. They're not going to make a change because that would fuck up their books to the shareholders for basically the end of the fiscal year we're in now, going into the beginning of the next one. So that would make sense that they would do it then. The thing,
you know why he's staying till March?
Hold on,
because that's when they get their bonus.
Hold on, real quick. But the thing is, they are putting in an interim. They're putting a guy in on an interim basis. Now, interim is temporary.
Right.
Like, if they had this all set up in terms of retirement, because he would be talking about the whole traveling aspect for a long time with the company. You know what I'm saying? And they would have groomed a successor that would be a permanent successor. It wouldn't be an interim basis here.
Right.
Which is what tells me that this is indeed a force out because of a direction in which they didn't like where PlayStation. That's what it says to me. Now, what does it say to you? Do you see it that way, or is it different? Am I kind of like just drinking Kool-Aid here or something, man?
No, what it said real quick. What it says to me is they want to replace him, but they are going to groom somebody else for the position, and he just wants to be there long enough for the corporate, cycle to go through for the quarter, so he could get his bonus and be out of there, so he can have more money before he leaves. If
they could add that into this, they could add that into the deal at the end.
Right.
They could have added, but you're right. You're right, Fred. But they still want to have somebody at least get to know the ins and outs of the situation that they find themselves in.
They wouldn't have an intern. They wouldn't have.
You wouldn't see. You're not going to see him. I don't think you'll see him in any event going forward at this point.
He won't be there nothing. He's barely in any events now.
Yeah, and anybody sitting in that seat, and that you won't see them either because they're just going to be the temporary person until they pick somebody to take over that job. You won't see anybody sitting in that role.
Fred, you love business. You love it. Is what I'm saying like logical, or is it like? Am I really far off here, man?
On what part?
The whole.
I
think he got forced out too. Like K Mega was saying. You look at his body of work over the past several years that he's been there, and it's not good. And it's especially the sales are great, but like the software hasn't really been going very well. Like their games have not sold the way they wanted them to sell. Going back to the motorcycle, we talked about this a couple of weeks ago. Like none of their games have done what they expected them to do. Like except maybe like Ghost of Tsushima, God of War, obviously. But the newer stuff that's come out, like the new games they've had come out, Returnal, shit like that, it didn't do very well. It didn't. And then even now you've got PSVR, that ain't gonna do well. It hasn't been doing well. And it is maybe initially, but we ain't heard shit about PSVR 2. And then they got this handheld coming out. It's just like all this hardware they're coming out with. Just like they're like nice. They weren't developed properly. I guess is the best way to say it. Like they work. I don't mean like the aspect that they don't work the way they're supposed to, but like I don't think they were well thought out. And so they could have just rode the coattails of the PSVR and made that forward compatible, backward compatible, whatever it is, and then just passed on making the PSVR 2 when they were creating the PS5. But they didn't do that. They wanted to sell new hardware again to everybody and make more money off of it, and that shit's sitting on shelves right now. I can go pick one up right now. So the only thing they can put their hat on is console sales, and they're seeing Microsoft just fucking farting bad games with 75 Metacritic scores that are selling, like fucking people are still playing games that we didn't think we'd be seeing people play now, like Grounded. They're still playing. And but they can't keep a game active, keep people playing the game more than 2 months.
You just hit on something, Fred. This actually holds true to the old montage of Sony. Sony is a hardware company. They still have that mentality of hardware sales, not software sales. So the old hat said that's still really running it, not above Jim Ryan. They're thinking we need hardware sales, hardware, because that's where they started in hardware and TVs and Discman and all that. And they think hardware is where the money's at. They forgot about the software.
Yeah, now I don't think the ABK deal is what got him fired, but I'm pretty sure it didn't help him keep his job either.
His focus and what his flying over there and stuff like that. Is that what you're talking? Like his demeanor?
No, I mean just the fact that but the thing is I think at the end his job was to stop the ABK deal from going through. That's what they kept him around for. That's what they pushed him to do, because you didn't see anybody else speaking up about the ABK deal from Sony except for him. He was a voice, right?
Okay.
It wasn't Herman, whatever the fuck his name is.
You're right. Yo, Herman Holst was he was behind closed doors at that whole thing. Like he wasn't saying anything. Yeah.
They made him a scapegoat.
He was protected. He was protected, bro.
When that deal didn't go through, and it's like again, it all happened in the same fucking week. So I know the deal doesn't officially. I think it's the 16th, but I know they kind of were signing off.
Hold on, but check this out. Herman Holst, the new head of PlayStation.
Are you saying that because you're seeing it, or you're guessing?
No, because you just brought up something really that kind of really caught me, because again, Herman Holst was completely off the radar during that whole thing.
Oh yeah, but if they wanted him to do it, they just gave him the job.
That's a business move.
They would have gave him a job already.
Protection right there. You know what I'm saying? That don't touch that. You don't say nothing. You don't he's nowhere. You know what I'm saying? That's really interesting in my opinion. I'm just brainstorming. That's all.
I don't think they're gonna pick him. I think if they wanted him to have the job, they would have gave it to him already. They wouldn't have waited.
Agreed. Yep. They
just gave it to him. They made an announcement he's stepping down. This is the person who's going to step up.
This interim guy, he's all about mobile games are really the way to go. That's his whole thing.
Well, if he's all about mobile games, that means he knows how games as a service works. Because most mobile games are nothing but games as a service.
That is a great point there, Sir X-Man. I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's clear that Sony, the heads at Sony, wants to get into that pot. Now they do have a couple of mobile games that hit really well. Fate, I forget Fate / whatever the name of that game.
The anime.
But I know it's
it's Fate.
It's very, 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 very big for PlayStation. Huge money maker. Matter of fact, I think it's their biggest money maker.
That's such a good anime too.
Yeah,
and here's the thing: why don't they revamp that game for their console? I mean, it ain't hard. They do it all the time.
They do got the new game is out for PlayStation 5 right now.
And Fate is on PC now. The new game by the company, you mean?
Yeah. Because remember, Sony owns Bilibili, and I think they own Crunchyroll too, or a big share of it.
Yeah, they own Crunchyroll.
So yeah.
So why don't they advertise
I
that
love-
game? Why
I
don't
love
they put it
Crunchyroll.
out there?
Well, they probably
you know-
advertise. They probably advertise it in Japan or in Asia, and in certain districts in the United States. I mean, they're not going to, post. You're not going to see ads of Fate in Memphis or in Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? Or Texas. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, I think it's more the things of. But I mean, no, the mobile situation is serious. Is smart. But I mean, and that's what they have to do. But like everybody has been saying, that they're so far behind. They should have done this a long time ago.
Years ago, right?
But when they had the opportunity right there to get ahead of the game, what did they do? They thought more about trying to make more money than being patient. And so when they had when they bought Gankai, and then when they had PlayStation Now, just think of where PlayStation would be in this point. Like, they would be untouchable. I mean, untouchable. Microsoft would probably pull the plug on Xbox. So, you know what I'm saying? Because they would have been that untouchable if they utilized and had the strategy like what EA kind of started off and showed.
That is
with,
so Sony. You know
yeah,
that?
But they
that
didn't
is-
examine the future. That's the problem. They
No,
didn't
That is
examine
so Sony, yo. Oh my goodness.
Right.
We were afraid that they were going to do something like that too.
Oh yeah. And so again, and they did it, and now they're in a spot where
In a
the
pickle.
console and this is the thing. PlayStation can sell itself just off a name brand, just off the name only, but their games aren't like that because Sony has lived off of the second and third party exclusive kick ever since they first started. So now their strategy has got to bring these games, but now PlayStation fans demand what they've been given when they've had the time to make those games like Detroit, those games like Uncharted, those games like The Last of Us and God of War and things like that. It's because those games take longer and they cost more, and they don't have the second and third party to hold on to, especially making that COD money where they made that crazy ass deal where the 80-20 split. You know what I'm saying? So they don't have that. So that's less capital for them. So they have no choice but to get into that market. I mean, get into the games as a service market and also mobile. They have no choice but to change their whole business model. And I wouldn't be surprised, and we've been saying this before, where they have no choice with this matter too, by putting these games day and date, or within at least day and date on PC, or at least 30 to 90 days after that game releases. They can't keep going on because listen, when Forbidden West drops, that game will be in the top 5, I think, 5 or 10 for a week, for 2 weeks at the max. That shit's gonna drop like a rock, be in the top 70. It might drop out of the top 100 by a month. Because the fact of it is that there's gonna be people like me who wants to get it and play it. And then after that, most people are gonna just say, "Shit, I'll wait till the sale." It's
like what Steve Ballmer said years ago at an Xbox E3 showing. It's about developers. That's what makes you your money.
You kind of,
and he told the truth.
You sit back and you grab your chair.
Customers. Yeah.
You grab your chair when Sir X-Man is about to quote the bomb. You know what I'm saying?
Steve Ballmer was the man. He didn't play.
He's insane. even with the Clippers to this day, the man is a maniac. Absolute maniac, yeah. Anybody else on this whole Jim Ryan thing before we kind of wind
we
it
were
down?
talking about PlayStation. I didn't hear nothing from the Optimus about it because that's his home turf.
Do you want to talk about Jimmers, Mr. Otter?
No, because I don't really care for Jim Ryan.
Whoa!
Are you happy? Are you happy?
You knew this last week, Sir X-Man. I said it on GRG. Get out of here.
I know, just messing with
He's
you, bro.
doing it for drama.
No, you're not.
Working.
No.
He's doing it for drama, and it's working. Okay. Good job.
Just
Good
like
job,
you owe K-Mega a game for that.
No, I no. See, that's not even
That's
the
right.
case. You guys are trying. You're trying to sabotage.
I'll look and see what game.
Yeah,
you should look up what game you want.
Last of Us 2, right?
Somebody got to pull up the footage. It is on video. All right,
I
we
think,
are not making moves until we check
Uh-huh.
the footage, people.
No,
That
yeah,
is
you know what I'm saying?
yes,
Same
I
thing,
yes.
think we even put a
sir.
stipulation on it. I think it was like 5 years, and it's been past 5 years now. So
Man, it's been a minute. Yeah.
Wait,
Damn.
no, you know what? You know what? That might be true. That might
Yeah.
actually be true.
You ain't getting it because he still
we
didn't give
need-
you the money
guys,
back from
we
when you
need-
took over the host that
We
day.
need the footage. We need the footage, people.
I mean, you got it. I mean, it's right there. So why don't you
yeah,
pull it up?
Whoever gets to
it's
it first.
deleted from his list. I watch.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
no, I don't. Excuse me,
Yeah.
sir. I do not delete any episode of Next Podcast. Thank you very much.
Yeah, 'cause
we
he
even
still-
have
he
the
still-
juicy bit ones where people like leave the show and everything like that. It's great.
Yeah,
It's
he
great.
still get a little ad revenue from off of the blood, sweat, and tears off our backs and
Oh
all
man.
that. So saying yeah. So anyway, but yeah, no. I mean, I'll be looking to see what game I won here between now.
Yo, K Mega,
What's sir? Huh?
dude. Let's just go into the outros, man. What's going on?
I'll be gentle. I won't.
Hey, give him that
what's
Avatar
going?
game.
No. We're not. We're not
that
bullying
Avatar
this game. I said we need the evidence, sir. I
Wow.
stand
Anyway.
by it, like Denzel.
All right.
Dude,
Anyway.
what's going on with GRG tomorrow, man?
Oh yeah, GRG tomorrow. Check us out live, and gonna have some fun discussions as usual. And we won't make it a 3.5 hour podcast. We won't do that, but we'll definitely have a good time, man. So yeah, come and check out the GRG podcast tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central Time, the Lord's time. Also, Fight Night Sunday. And no, I did not have Fight Night Sunday this past week because
I give up. I give up. Sir.
I moved my mom. I moved my mother from one side of town to another, like 2 hours away, and I'm not supposed to be moving anything. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh, you better watch out. There's spies out there, man. Watching,
bro.
shit.
I am still hurting from doing that. But anyway, regardless, yeah. But Fight Night will return. I didn't get home until 9:00 Sunday night, and I there was no way in hell. So I just played Starfield. Also, we'll have a couple of videos. We'll be trying to get to do the Dev and the Gamer. Also, me and Ham Solo have do our crossover podcast. It'll be on his channel. So go check us out. Have a good time for that. And then I'll be back here Thursday doing the thing. So see y'all guys later.
Nice, brother. Let's see. Yo, Pred, brother. I hope you appreciate. I hope you recognize that when it comes down to it, majority of the time now, we are getting out on time, sir. I hope you appreciate it, man. But dude,
Especially, that's great, man. Especially when we know we're having a show.
when we do, sir.
tell him, Fred.
What do you want to tell the people, man? What for the outro? What's going on?
See y'all next. I might see y'all next week if we have a show.
Wow, slickness.
Happy Columbus Day. Go Cowboys. Go Longhorns.
Go somewhere. I just want to say real quick. I just want to give a shout out to my panel because I was sitting back listening to the show tonight, and I was just thinking back about like predictions and stuff like that. Guys, I gotta say, we have been on point and ahead of the curve for how many years now when it comes to the podcasting and talking about what these companies are gonna do, what games are gonna come out. Like when it comes to this crew, and like I was talking to Pred about like joking around, making a montage of every time he predicted something that like I thought was crazy, and it just turned out to happen. Shout out to you guys, man. Like for having a common sense and insight, and kind of like with your fingers on different pulses, man. Like we are
even
absolutely
little old
nasty.
me.
We are
Even little old me.
I just
ultimate prediction about Xbox getting Square Enix. I mean not Square Enix, but Crystal Dynamics is looking more and more like a possibility. But you know what I'm saying?
It's swinging in that direction.
You gotta admit, I had a few more I was right too that came true. We can't list them right now.
I can't remember all of them, but yeah, no.
Oh, like Xbox can't remember the bet, right?
Well,
Right.
well, on that note, Sir X-Man, you are up for your outro, bro. What do you want to tell the people, man?
If everything's still okay, I should be hanging out with K Mega and Dark tomorrow and GRG. I'm sorry, Dark. I know you thought you might have got rid of me, but I might be able to be around a couple more weeks. All depends. And other than that, that's about it. Just enjoy the games. I'm enjoying Forza. That took me away from Starfield. I give it high praise for that. That means Microsoft people has 2 back-to-back bangers. You better enjoy it and respect it. Because they got what you want. They got what you want. They got any type of game you want.
They got what you want. Definitely got variety right now. Yo, the lineup is insane with Game Pass right now. It is legendary. Yo, go.
And unlike the black and white box on the blue side, you can play them anywhere. I'm done.
He said the black and white box on the blue, and that made sense. That's incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah. Let's go to the Angry Otter next. Yo, Dark, look at this incredible world-renowned gameplay when it comes to a racing game in Forza Motorsport, and let the people know what you want to say to them before we end the show tonight, man.
It's okay. That game will only be talked about for maybe like a couple more days, and then it'll be dropped like a hat.
But it will be played for years.
Baldur's Gate 3 on
I'm coming to finally.
Spider-Man is coming out in 2 weeks, so no one gives a shit about any of the other games that are on Xbox. But yeah, you guys can find me on Twitter, Dark Anonymous. You can also find me on Xbox and PlayStation at the same name, and you guys can always find me here on the next podcast. Whenever we have a podcast, we'll never know unless it's like 5 minutes before the podcast.
The hypocrisy right now
doesn't want to do the podcast. And then you guys can find me on GRG every Friday with K Mega and the gang.
Nice. And I do want to say
happy birthday.
I do want to say whose birthday?
Viper. You just put it up there.
Viper! Happy birthday! Happy birthday to you!
Was like, see this dude, he's all like, I didn't do nothing on my birthday.
He said,
now he's trying to milk. Now he's trying to milk his birthday.
What about my birthday present? I know, right?
This man is wild.
Guys, I just want to let you know before we sign off that Dark will be playing Spider-Man 2. He will give it his all for 17 hours and beat the story, and then he will be back on Party. Then he will be back on Party Animals with his nephew, because that's where he wants to be. All right.
Listen. It'll be talked about longer than Redfall.
Oh,
that part is true. No,
that's saucy.
No. They're still talking about Redfall.
That's saucy.
No, they're not.
They're still talking.
I gotta know. Everybody in the chat, thank you
all
so
you gotta
much.
do to get an Xbox dude all hyped up is when you say one of their games or one of your games is gonna be better than.
No, that don't even bother me. No, we just.
Yeah, it does. Yes, it does. Because every time I say one damn thing on GRG about some PlayStation game, you get all like, "Oh,
hey,
no,
Dark.
man,
Hey,
no,
Dark.
bro."
Hey, Dark.
90% of QTEs in that game, you're done.
Hey, Dark.
90% of the QTEs, the game's over.
I'm listening to you, Bob. But
Yeah, I
Sir
know.
X-Man just
I'm
keeps
waiting.
talking over
Yeah, I'm
you.
waiting. He crispy bombed me real quick. But with Game Pass, sir, I have too many games.
What about it?
I have too many games to play. Too many games to play, bro. But on that note,
because you didn't have to buy them.
shout out to the chat, guys. Thank you so much for your support. We are here every Thursday. This is the next podcast. We will leave you with a word from our official sponsor. See you next week.
Mobile VR V17 Golden Fleece Edition. Unrelenting. Pay more, win more. 5 stars. Get all the action with Clear on the Substance. Mobile VR V17 Golden Fleece will totally blow you away. With over 200,000 combinations of temporary in-game purchases to completely decimate your war chest. Fantasize and customize as we monetize and capitalize in maximum overdrive. Mobile VR V17 Golden Fleece. More action, more destruction, more microtransaction requirements than any other game. It's unparalleled. Mobile VR V17 Golden Fleece coming soon from Brain Drain Games.
It's not in the game. Unless you separately purchase each character, world, element, model, and texture. Also coming soon.
Mobile FPS MMA IDGAF 4D Double D. The next level in hyper-simulated nonsense from Brain Drain Games.
It's not in the game.